Alright. Hello. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is King Volcron. We are going to start with the Kerbal Space Program KSP. Hi, Kerbal. Alright. So, for you guys that don't know what this is, moon or bust. For you guys who don't know what this is a basic space program simulator. And what it does is where you get to craft your own spaceships and things. Let's see. We're gonna go with the Y tube. But anyway, so you have two game mode options, which is the sandbox, where you have unlimited science, or you have all the parts already unlocked, or you can do career mode, where you have to earn your parts and you get to make bigger and better spaceships as you go on. So, for us guys, let's see, which flag do we want? We get to pick out which kind of flag that will represent us. Let's go with the retro for now. Anyway, alright, so let's start. But like I was saying, this is actually like a space program simulator where you make your own ships and you get to send them up in space and things. Now look, so over here we have our space plane hangar, where you get farther into the career you actually can make like planes and things. And then over here is the astronaut complex. We can go up here. This is where you hire like new cadets or applicants. These are the three main guys that you can play with, but the thing about this game is that people can actually die in this game. So what I like doing is I like using the unknown, like new applicants, so that way I don't have to risk the actual like famous people. Then over here is the research and development. This is your tech tree, basically. But what it does is that when you earn science, it's inverted. Anyway, but yeah, like up here I haven't done anything yet, so it's at 0. But what it does is like once you earn science, you can buy like rocket parts and things. And then over here we have our tracking station, to where once we have like actual, see, look, you can see all of the universe. Impressive, huh? And this here is Kerbal, year 1, day 1. But this is the actual like spoof of planet Earth. But look, see, like it has its own like ice caps. And then we, I believe, are somewhere in here. Look, it's kind of like its own like Africa kind of thing. But look, you can kind of make out some parts. Like that kind of looks like a soon-to-be Australia or something. But this is like the fake planet Earth. So we're gonna head back out, and then finally, this big boxed shape kind of building that you're about to see. Wait for it. Yeah, this one right here. This is your vehicle assembly building. This is where you actually get to make your rockets. Now, this game itself, there are some concepts that I myself do not understand, like the astrophysics and calculations and things. But we have our basic tabs. This is the pod tab. This is the little thing that you have in your rocket that you put your Kerbal into, which is your pilot. And then we have our propulsion systems, where we have the fuel tanks and the rocket boosters. The controls, we haven't unlocked anything yet, but this is structural. Like these are module girder segments, or MGSs. What they do is they're kind of like scaffolding, where you can set your rocket onto to make sure it doesn't break once it originally happens. Now, this is the MK16 parachute. It is a parachute, but it's designed as a nose cone for this certain actual command pod, to where once you re-enter, is that this will be going down, where the bottom side will be going down, and you can actually use it, and it parachutes, like it breaks the nose cone and it actually releases a parachute. But then we have our science section, where we have our Communotron 16. I wonder where the other 15 went. But anyway, like this is a little like radio tower kind of thing that you put on. where if you find any new science things, you can actually report it back to HQ, or this place down here. And then we finally have the sub-assemblies. Like I said, we haven't unlocked any of that yet. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to build a basic rocket, just so we can get to understand it. Now, this manufacturer found lying by the side of the road. But like, you see to the right of the design, how it tells you it's 1 meter tall. But anyway, like, it actually shows you like the mass, the drag, the crash tolerance. I honestly don't use the calculations or anything. If you want that, there's actually a really cool guy named Scott Manley. But he actually does the calculations and things, and he has this big like series called Interstellar Quest. It's really cool. You should probably go check him out. But anyway, so we're gonna use this because this actually has fuel in it, to where it has the rocket booster and it uses the fuel inside it. So this is just gonna be a basic rocket. We'll call this, I don't know, let's call this Test Flight 1. Now, I don't expect this to get anywhere, but if you look down here in the lower right corner, you can actually see how things are staggered or staged, to where you can add or you can subtract stages. But what we want to do is we want to add a stage. Hang on. Something's not working right. Hang on. We want to grab. Well, guys, something's wrong here. Anyway, but these are stages, and what they do is, like, it's how you can stagger things. For some reason, these buttons aren't working. Oh, there we go. I guess it's off for some reason. There we go. So what we want to do is we'll have this rocket engine go off first, and then once we re-enter, we'll have the parachute actually open. So just to make sure, first we go to our crew and like action groups and things. But over here let's get the star out of the show. We'll use Calden Kerman for our first inaugural kind of pilot. So we'll go to the launch pad. Alright guys, so once this loads up, I'll kind of show you some basic controls before we launch the rocket. If any of you guys are thinking of trying to get this game, it's on Steam, or you can go to their actual website. You can just Bing it or search it up on Google. But anyway, so if you hold down your scroll on your mouse, you can actually move it around so you can see from your point of view. And if you hold down the right button, it rotates it. Left buttons are used to click on certain parts. Like if I left click it, it doesn't do anything, but if you right click it, actually, you can see like certain things about it, like you can activate it. We're not going to do that yet because we don't want to lift off. And if you look over here, you can actually see your little Calden Kerman. IVA, this is the inside of your ship where you can look around, and that's the little window. So if we go back outside, hang on. Yeah. So if you press C, you can go back outside. But see, he's looking through that tiny little window right there. And then EVA, you can actually have him get out of the ship. So we're going to have him EVA real quick. And he can actually earn science right here. You can do a little EVA report where he kind of evaluates his surroundings. So we're going to have him evaluate. This is a most precarious situation. And we recovered 5.6 science. See, if we transmit it, which was the little communitron thing, but we can actually keep the data to where he keeps it on his person. So what we're going to do is we're going to have him actually go back inside. We're going to store the experiments. and then we're gonna press the F key to board. Alright, so if you press your shift key, you can throttle up your thrust, and control, it goes down. If you bring it up and you press X, it kills the throttle. But for these certain rocket boosters, you can't control that. So if you look over here, this is your roll and yaw. Yaw is controlled by the A and D keys. Your pitch is controlled by your W and S, and your roll is controlled by your Q and E. Now, none of these work while you're just sitting here, so we're actually going to lift off. So you press your space bar to initiate, and off we're going. And you can actually see up here, this is how high you're going. And right here, this is called the nav ball, or your navigation ball. Right now we're in the surface atmosphere. There are two, where you can set it for the surface or you can set it for the orbit. Right now we're in surface, and it tells you how fast you're going. Now this tells you like the different degrees. So if you press the D key, you can yaw, or you can move over. Now another thing that we need to look at is the T key, which activates our SAS or SAS. Now this is a system operation where it actually will allow us to control it to where it doesn't go out of control, but it allows us to more easily move it. Now see, we already ran out of fuel. Once you initiate, it'll show you your fuel supply. But we actually did get up pretty far. We got up 15, maybe? Yeah, we got up 15,000 meters. That's a lot for just one little rocket. But see, we have the whole planet, as we can see it. Look, little Calden. Let's see if we can have him EVA. The thing you want to worry about, however, is him falling off the rocket. So we're going to have him do a... See, look, he's starting to float away. But he's going to keep his data. Alright, now, if you press the R, he activates his actual rocket pack. So, same controls for the thrust, shift and control to kind of move him around, and regular WASD keys. And then we are going to have him move back slowly to the rocket. Careful. Come on. Easy does it. Easy does it. Come on. Oh gosh, we are falling. We are falling. Well guys, it actually looks like we might lose Calden here. Yeah, we're gonna lose him. See, I'm trying to push up. He has plenty of fuel, but we are actually resurfacing. So this is a loss. Up to your upper left, we have our time warps, where we can speed up time. Sadly enough, he's not gonna survive. Well, actually, we might be able to save him by pushing him over to the water, if this can work. We might just be able to save him. Then again, he might just die. But we'll try. It might be deep enough to save him. Oh, here we go, here we go. And he died. Well, guys, our first test flight failed terribly. But this is just kind of a little grasp on the situation. We're going to abort the flight. We'll go to the Space Center. Just ignore that. But, well, guys, this is our first video. And this is just a basic scenario of what happens. No, you probably don't want your guy to die. But, well, that's Kerbal Space Program. We're going to do some couple more videos. But for now, I will see you later. Later, alligator!